Breaking Dawn. Breaking Dawn. Breaking Dawn.
So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. My name is Stephen Reese. Of course, we're here until 8 o'clock. And as we prepare this Thursday morning, it is a wet, wild Thursday morning. Last night, Wednesday night, or into the early morning hours of Thursday. Well, I don't know, boy. I was sleeping. I woke up because I hear real rain. It's in my roof, boy. But I thought the Met Office said it was the start of the dry season. I know what kind of dry season is this, but nevertheless, we've had some rain ever since they announced that. We had hot blazing sun before, and as they put start of the dry season, all of a sudden rain started to fall. Oh, good Lord of mercy. So I tell you what, it is what it is. Here we are, and we are ready to go. We got a few things well to talk about this morning as we take you to 8 o'clock. And it is your morning again. I cleared the way this morning. No guests, no segments, nothing like that. Just you, me, and the issues. So, we have the special operation zones that will be announced in Parliament, that the government is taking to the Parliament. They're moving ahead with those special operation zones. We'll take a look at that and see what that is all about. Get your thoughts on that, because we are going to be coming out of this state of emergency, but they will be implementing that in no uncertain way. So they're going to debate that bill on the zones of special operations. All right. Also, we have the list of countries that have been banned. They have a visa ban in several countries, which will affect immigrant visas. And as some have taken to social media to announce, it doesn't affect student and visitor visas. But, you know, I was saying last night, well, that could be the first step, is that, well, we'll stop these immigrant visas, and then 6 months down the road, well, we'll put a freeze on these countries here with visitors' visas or student visas and things like that. You never know what is going to happen down the road, because, I mean, nobody could see this one coming. All right? Well, maybe some people could see it coming. Right? And there is also another issue that's very interesting, where NLCB has proposed playway on Sundays. That's very interesting. That they want to start playway draws on a Sunday. Sunday has always been, I guess, the Sabbath, recognized as the Sabbath and a religious day, and this is why they don't operate their games on that day. However, biblically, Saturday is really the Sabbath, and Sunday is the first day of the week. So, I mean, outside of that, you have the rum shops and the casinos that are open and operating like normal. So I don't know what people's thoughts are. My thought is, look, if you don't want to play, if you don't want to participate because of religious reasons, you believe that, you know, it's the Sabbath and you don't want to engage in things like that, then just don't. I think that's a simple thing. Whether or not it's right or wrong or I don't know. That's up to people, really and truly. But you'll get your say on that as well. In the meantime, we get into the news day very quickly here. So MPs to debate bill on zones of special operations. The Prime Minister, with Parliament's nod, may by order declare certain areas to be zones of special operation, where the police and defense force have special powers to search, seize, and arrest. MPs on January 16th, which is tomorrow, will debate these proposals of the law reform Zones of Special Operation, Special Security and Community Development Measures, Bill 2026. The bill seeks to maintain law and order in Trinidad and Tobago, with each zone overseen by a joint command of the police and defense force with the input of a social transformation council. It allows the creation of cordons around or within a zone which may stay in place up to 24 hours. The bill also allows curfews in limited areas for up to 72 hours. Now, the designation of any geographical area as a zone may last up to 180 days. The bill's explanatory note noted special measures for upholding and preserving the rule of law, public order, citizen security, and public safety within certain geographically defined areas of Trinidad and Tobago. It added that the bill seeks to curb the nation's crime through security force occupation of vulnerable communities, and it also aims to preserve human rights during the period of occupation. The notes also say a person must not be arrested without proper grounds. Normal criminal procedures apply, so he must be told why he is arrested. A magistrate will determine if his arrest is justified. The bill needs to be passed by a special majority, which the government has, and body cameras ought to be worn on operations in the zone, the bill adds. All right? And the bill in clause 6.1 says, if there is a reasonable belief in a rampant criminality, such as murder, gang warfare, or high or escalating levels of violence, or B, the threat to the rule of law and public order, the Prime Minister may by order declare any geographically defined area within a single continuous boundary in Trinidad and Tobago as a zone. And it said an order must state the geographical limits of the zone and must not exceed 180 days and shall state the period for which the zone will operate. The bill said an order shall not declare the entire of Trinidad and Tobago as a zone. All right? And after a zone is designated, the Prime Minister, in consultation with the leader of the police and defense force, may be order, amend, vary, or add to the geographical limits or time period of it. The bill said the period of time of a zone may be extended for such periods, each not exceeding 180 days, during which a zone is to operate. All right. So that is some of the aspects of this special operating zone format. It's the same thing that they did in Jamaica, apparently. The Minister of Homeland Security visited Jamaica, and he was educated on it, or he was made aware of this particular type of approach after the state of emergency there. Well, the bill also says that the police and defense force may impose a curfew in the zone between such hours as may be specified, requiring persons within the zone to remain within their premises during the hours so specified. This is unless otherwise authorized in writing by the member of the joint force. And a breach of the curfew provisions will lead to a $50,000 fine and imprisonment of 1 year. Now, the bill stated that the periods entailed, the cordon shall endure for a period not exceeding 24 hours. The curfew shall endure for a period not exceeding 72 hours. and the powers of the police and defense force were stated. A member of the joint force, police and defense force, may search any place, vehicle, or person within a zone without a warrant upon reasonable suspicion that an offense is in the course of being committed or has been committed or is about to be committed. A police officer may, in connection with a search, seize any vehicle, article, or document that will assist in preventing or controlling a public disorder or that is likely to be of substantial value, whether or not by itself, to the investigation of any offense. Now, safeguards were laid down in the bill. No seizure should be done of a tool of a lawful trade or business, nor any article or document subject to legal privilege. The bill encourages the attendance by and observation by the owner or occupier of a place or vehicle being searched, and the police shall list all items seized, issue a receipt to the owner, and properly secure the articles. Any person who believes that a vehicle, article, or document seized under subsection 1 ought to be returned to him pursuant to subsection 3 and may apply to a magistrate for the return of the item. And a person shall not be arrested or detained during the joint forces operation in a zone unless there are reasonable grounds, and the person shall be told the reason for being held. If a magistrate thinks an arrest, detention, or detention serves justice, despite more possible investigations, he may order the person to be remanded in custody for up to 48 hours. And after 48 hours, be taken before a judge of the High Court, and a detained person shall be taken to a prison or a police station and an entry made in the station diary. The Chief of Defense Staff and the Commissioner of Police shall establish and review the protocols and procedures for the use of body-worn cameras in zones. Okay. The bill also proposed a social transformation committee to assess conditions in the zone, craft a social development plan, and recommend or coordinate social interventions. The committee will consist of 24 categories of persons, such as National Security Minister, local MP, Commissioner of Police, a mental health professional, plus members of the Land Settlement Agency, the Children's Authority, and the National Center for Persons with Disabilities. And in making recommendations under this section, the committee shall take into account the basic needs of the communities within the zone. The committee shall pay particular attention to vulnerable persons who live, work, and attend school in the zone, including but not limited to children, the elderly, and persons with disabilities. So these are this forms part of the legislation that they will put before the Parliament and most likely pass on these special zones of operation. I see, in reading it here, I see a lot of positives. I do see the potential for some negatives as well, as is the case with basically anything that is put forward, right? especially crime-fighting initiatives. But we're going to open the phone line and take some calls on this. And I'm not going further in the news because we will go part by part as we go along. I'll mention some other issues relating to news that is in the paper today. All right. But those zones I mean, we'll get your thoughts on that. Before I do that, okay, this is it. All right, cool. Right, before I do that, I want to remind you guys very quickly here, before we go further, of course, we have commitments that we must engage in. And one of those commitments is Set Viola Board. Set has the Holistic Health Clinic and it's powered by nutritional therapy. And it's very simple. Stop managing those diseases when you can reverse them naturally. And they specialize in reversing cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, digestive disorders, hypertension, and more. And it is drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. You can call or WhatsApp Set on 279-3935 or 761-1952. You can book an appointment or you could order his book. You are not sick, you are malnourished. Or you could pick it up. You could pick up the book. It is available at all RIK bookstores. It's a terrific read. Please go and get that book and know what I'm telling you, you will not regret it. All right, you can also find it on Amazon as well. All right, so that is Set Viola Board. Also, we have the CFVS Learning Consultants. All right, so every child deserves a chance to shine, and sometimes all they need is the right support behind them, and that's where the CFVS Learning Consultant steps in. They work hand in hand with parents, helping children build confidence, stay motivated, and grow at their own pace. CFVS offers personalized learning plans, confidence building, and parent coaching, all designed to make learning clear, supportive, and enjoyable for your child. And because life is busy, their services are fully online, so your child can learn comfortably from home. They support students of all ages and ability levels, meeting every child right where they are. So CFVS is committed to closing learning gaps and empowering every child to shine. For more information, you can email cfvsservices@gmail.com or call 275-1603. And that's CFVS Learning Consultants, helping children rise with confidence. We're 19 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. I just mentioned to you some of the aspects of these zones of special operation. It appears to me to be a crime-fighting initiative and a community development initiative. I think there are a lot of communities that need a huge level of development. So that's the positive side of things. The implementation of the curfews, according to the article, that will be laid out by the police and the defense force. Where is it? With the $50,000 fine. It's somewhere, I don't see it, you know. Right. The bill said the police and defense force may impose a curfew in the zone. Right? The curfew could only last 72 hours apparently. But this entire zone, special zone of operations, 180 days. Okay? That's basically half of the year, another 6 months. All right? That they will establish these zones. Now, this could work out in a very positive manner, depending on how the police and defense force approach this. I have spoken in depth in the past and the present about the need for community engagement, community development, communication with at-risk communities, hotspot areas, whatever you want to call it, right? It appears that this applies within the bill. So there are different aspects of it. So you have to focus on it from a holistic standpoint. But let's get some thoughts before we go to the first break. We're 21 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock. So we got 9 minutes to take some calls before I get to the first break. Let me get your thoughts. Somebody's asking here, will there be more courts and magistrates? How long would one have to wait to regain their items? And persons who were victim to officers, what is the recourse to them? But let's take some calls. 327-7400. We are talking about these proposed zones of special operations. Let me hear what the public had to say about that. How do you guys feel about that as an initiative following the state of emergency, which will come to an end this month, in the month of January? All right, let me just connect this. All right. Okay. So here we go. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning, man. Share your
Stefan.
thoughts.
Morning. Stefan, this is common sense. I don't know if it's Stevie Wonder, Dumb and Dumber, or Ray Charles come up with these rules, but this is the solution. If you put a camera every quarter mile in the country, every quarter mile, state-of-the-art camera, like state-of-the-art, like what they have in England and America, and even on the port, it's picking up your facial recognition. If you put a camera every quarter mile, how is a criminal getting away with crime? I don't understand that. Please explain that one to me. Every quarter mile. Listen what I say. Every quarter mile. Every quarter mile. How is a criminal getting away with crime?
Okay. I don't know how criminals get away on an island as small as Trinidad and Tobago. I've always wondered that in bigger countries you see where people commit a crime, and I just often wonder, like, how did this catch these people who are in this big country where there's so many places to hide, so many places to go, and it's based on intelligence-driven policing and things like that, and technology and so on and so forth. So I don't know why in Trinidad and Tobago we seem to have a problem apprehending individuals that commit a crime when the place is so small. You understand what I'm saying? So, 327-7400. The other thing that we have to acknowledge here is that we have to see where these special zones of operations will be. Now, there is the usual suspects, right? The usual suspects. And, historically and traditionally, we know that there are specific areas of Trinidad and Tobago that are prone to more crime than others. Morning.
Yes, sir, for morning.
Yeah.
It is by when Dwayne Gibbs was commissioner of police, he wanted to do like in the States and the US to have a police shift will be a 12-hour patrol in a police car. So in the event of any call or anything, they're right there, more or less, they're close by, or they're mobile, so in the event of anything, they will be able to respond at a faster rate.
Right.
But the man get fight down because they really check it out, especially night. You call a police station. The time it might take for a police to organize yourself to leave that station to respond to a report. Whatever had to happen and happened already.
Well, boy, when I got robbed, remember when they take my vehicle, I had to go to the station, Imagine that. Bandit take my car,
You understand?
my former transport. You would think that the police would want to act quickly. But I had to go to the station.
Right? And the next thing, when Jack, when I was Minister of National Security, he proposed that all police on patrol supposed to have a glass down, because if they pass them with your glass up and your air condition blowing, right?
Yeah.
Somebody calling for help. You can't see you can't
Well,
hear somebody calling for help because your glass up.
Yeah, I understand
Because
all of that,
like
but what about these zones of operation? It seems like it will be mandatory. It appears that it will be mandatory for officers to wear body cameras on these operations. It appears so from what I just read.
That makes zero sense. You want to know why? Because if you say, right, you're planning to do operations in a particular area, then person will move out and go in an area where it have no bacchanal.
Well, we
You
will
remember
see.
for some SOE,
We will
you
see.
remember for some SOE back in the day, I believe it's on a Manning time.
The limited
Some of them
state,
person who have
limited,
money-
there was a limited state of emergency or something to that effect, yeah.
No, but you remember back in the day, some of them person went and live in hotel that could afford to go
Yeah,
and live
yeah,
in
yeah,
Hyatt.
yeah. Yeah. I remember
So
that.
that zone thing makes zero sense because then fellas will move out the area, and then the authorities will beat up the chest and say that things are under control. That time them pests
Right.
move out into a quiet area, a quiet village to be quiet.
Okay, well, I mean, look,
alright.
all right, cool. It worked in Jamaica. There must be a strategy or a way that they implement these things. However, if you come to the parliament today and you call out those zones and then it's reported in the paper tomorrow, and then you're going to activate the police and the defense force, then you have already issued a warning to those who live in the area to get out of the area, and you're giving them time. You understand what I'm saying? Unless you're going to implement action now, and then announce it in Parliament. But then again, like I said, there are areas in Trinidad and Tobago that from the time you mention this, men done on the P's and Q's because they know that their area is going to be one of those areas. Morning.
Hello, Stefan. Good morning.
Yeah.
Was it sounds good in theory, but I am seeing a lot of litigation maybe, forthcoming or coming. In the sense that when you see the articles and so on, there is always a loophole. I mean, the criminals, they don't leave the evidence just sitting around for the police to come and see, seize. Dole Shady, I always say, was arrested on murder as opposed to, was convicted on murder as opposed to drugs, right? Same thing with Philip Boudreaux, murder, one of the biggest drug dealers in South. Stuff like that. So, how is it? And then you need to weed out the criminal element in the service because, as you going on the raid, and of course, you're going in the zone, so to speak, and you would find nothing because of, of such.
But I mean,
such.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying because look, the operation in Venezuela the other day with the U.S. Trump said that we don't give warning to these things because if we have to tell Congress Sunday what we're going to do, we run the risk of information being leaked, and when that information is leaked, Maduro jump and he go on somewhere else, and we lose him, so we can't conduct the operation. And that's part of the course in any operation. You know that if you are going to conduct an operation, you conduct an operation with a level of secrecy amongst a small group of trusted officers that form part of a special unit, and they conduct their business without any warning, because the element of surprise is the only thing that police have in terms of fighting crime, is the element of surprise.
Right. Therefore, I've lived through that, and up to this day, right, I still laugh at those things, because you're going out there and you're trying to fight crime. When you reach, you see, like, if the zone has been abandoned, so to speak. You understand?
Okay.
So, that element is always there because I don't know, police will never, and it has to do, it going way back to vetting of police and so on, because they come from the criminal element, they have no intention. Crime is like a career, and these criminals out there, they are gonna be, on high alert, so to speak. It's like a syndicate. You know that.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah. All right.
Wish them all the best.
Yeah. How they move forward to implement, it's the implementation process of this, right? It's a difficult thing to implement, at least it appears to be. Somehow or the other, Jamaica has been able to do it. All right? I do not know the formula that Jamaica used per se, but I mean, they come into the parliament with this tomorrow. So obviously, if you are in an area that you believe will be earmarked as a zone of special operation, you on your way out today, or since last night, and you're going to go and retreat somewhere that is going is not within those zones of operation. And then, criminals have been committing crimes. Criminals don't commit crime within their own community. Let me put it that way. I'll take this one and then we're going to take the break. Yeah, Ricky.
Stefan Mullen.
Yeah.
What happened to the National Command Center?
That has been put into the hands of the Commissioner of Police. I understand that Johnny Abraham will be spearheading that.
That is what will help them, because if they get back all the cameras to be worked, if you watch, for instance, like you watch India or you watch the UK or the US, and all of the crime tactics, you will see that they have a National Command Center that pinpointing areas where you see it on it. So if the police stop you and you call head, let me say you call the command center, who send a message and they repeat it immediately. That's the only way this could work, if they have the National Command Center operational. You understand? To get information
it will
immediately.
No, but it will be operational.
Well, that's the only way I see this could work.
And I think Johnny Abraham is the man that will be in charge of that.
I feel that is the only way it could work.
All right.
Yeah, man.
No problem. All right, we're going to take the break. When we come back from the break, we will return to the phone line on this issue. I think I think that's a good point. The National Command Center, which was functioning extremely well under Gary Griffith when he was Commissioner of Police, he ensured that the technology was up and running and working. And then it was shut down by Fitzgerald Hines when they got rid of Griffith. But in terms of, re-establishing that or opening that and putting somebody competent to run it, along with the operation zones. But then again, one of the callers made it clear, criminals are just going to migrate somewhere else. And this is the whole thing. How do we get control of this situation? I don't know. I think the community development aspect of it is a very, very strong aspect of it. However, the crime fighting aspect of it, I'm not too sure how effective that might be. But stay tuned. We're going to take a break. And as we go to the break, let me just remind you very quickly here about Keolek. Right? Remember, we're coming back to the phone lines on this, But let me just remind you about Keolek. So we got the Keolek range of products backed by science, over 900 scientific research and clinical trials, all made from that aged garlic extract. And these products include the cleanse and digestion, the blood pressure health, the cholesterol health, the total heart health, the circulation health. And you could pick up the Keo Green Powder drink mix as well as the probiotics. And to get any one of these products in the Keolek range, you can visit a pharmacy or health store across the country. And you can also WhatsApp 728-0338 for more information. Stay tuned. Breaking Dawn continues after this.
Is your life stuck in the same struggles again and again? Pandith Bhargav helps remove negative energy, solve love problems, fix marriage disputes, clear financial stress, and stabilize job and business issues. With accurate psychic, palm, and horoscope readings, he guides you toward the right path. His powerful 30-minute session brings quick relief and clear direction. Take the first step today. Call +1 868 If
you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career,
Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be.
some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificating culinary arts, food lovers and professionals.
Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply, everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycarettt@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
By public demand, the draw date for the 3-car raffle presented on behalf of Queens Royal College is now extended to Saturday, January 24th.
First prize is a luxurious, fully loaded Royal Ride Ford Ranger.
New draw day, Saturday, January 24th.
Tickets only $100.
All tickets already purchased remain valid, and additional tickets at $100 are still available at
IslandEtickets.com.
Legends Sports Bar, Point Fortin,
6 Lickermont Bonds Road,
Mileage Mac, Porter's Green and San Fernando,
Pitt Street Market, Aripita Avenue,
Mepco, Maraval,
Tony's Hardware, Belmont,
Shane's Supermarket, Aruka,
Hot Shop, Mukurapa Road,
St. James Pharmacy, opposite the Police Barracks,
Anderson Fashion, opposite City Gate, Icebox, Riverside Road, Durham,
Tabity Discount Hardware, both outlets,
Color Shop, Digger Martin and St. James,
Chuma Supermarket, Valencia,
MS Food City, Tebe,
Mirage Supermarket, Paget Main Road. The deadline for ticket purchase is Monday, 19th January. Get your tickets now.
Call the college at 622-1671 or the hotline at 491-1802.
Come experience the Classic Russo Grand Opening 2026 on Thursday, 15th January, City Hall, Knox Street, Port of Spain. Admission $200. 2 persons on 1 ticket for $300. And Friday, 16th January at Kaiso under the Royal Umbrella, corner Broom Street and Tragrit Road, opposite JMMB Bank. Admission $150. Both shows 8 p.m. with performances by All Rounder, Crazy, Contender, Manchild, Hamidullah, Lady Wonder, Shirlane, Brian London, Twiggy, Dr. Wilby, Charlene Bailey, Master G, Mark Eastman, Garth Sinclair, the youthful Kyle Cowie, Andre Nelson, Nefta Kojo, Jay Edwards, and many others. MC Shirlene Hendrickson, chorus by the Classic Russo Diamonds, music by Classic Russo Orchestra. Come, enjoy the Classic Russo experience. Get your tickets at Crosby St. James, Tuco Office, New City Mall, and at the box office on the day of the show. It's giveaways and more giveaways. It's Classic Russo for Classic Kaiso 2026.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Are you living with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes? Manage it with the unique Jameson 100% complete multivitamin with 400 micrograms of chromium to lower blood glucose, lutein for your eyes, B vitamins for energy, vitamin C and lycopene for antioxidant support. Take a step towards a healthier tomorrow and make the proactive switch to Jameson today.
At Lashana's Palette Design, we turn simple wood into stunning professional palette furniture for any space. Cozy up your living room, elevate your bedroom, dine in style or relax outdoors, all with custom designs made just for you. Bring your vision to life with custom-built furniture that tells your story. Call or WhatsApp us today at 868-366-0800 and follow our social media to see the magic at Lashana's Palette Design.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn. We're just about 90 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock. We want to continue the calls on the phone line. We're talking about the special zones of operation, and I want to get back to the phone line on this. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yeah. Stefan, anything that this government do, or any government, but speaking about this government now, anything they do, or anything that they're trying to do to fix this country, I will accept it, especially lawlessness. And all the things that's happening there, it starts from lawlessness. And I think this is what they're trying to cripple this country with. What crippling this country is lawlessness, and I believe they have to make those laws, and we have to abide by it. But I have something to say, Stefan. We have a piece of lawlessness too, which is worrying me, and I don't know if it worry other people, especially when you have to travel by an maxi taxi. Imagine you sitting down in a maxi taxi and some big old men and young men passing with their pants underneath their knee. You understand me? All that is lawlessness. They should pass a law to stop this thing and get this place going straight, because you don't look nice. You don't look nice. We have lawlessness from the lowest bracket to the highest, and this is something it's not nice. And I think we have to, next thing again, we have some Judge Judy. We want about 3 Judge Judys, one in Arima, one Port of Spain, one San Fernando, because the courts and them can't really pick up with the barrage problems that we have. We want some Judge Judy down here to fix it around today. Have a nice day.
All right. I mean, look, we have a backlog of traffic tickets, obviously. Because now when you challenge a ticket, you ain't getting a day till 2032, 2030, all kind of 4, 5, 6 years down the road. And I'm saying, why we do have a traffic court? Why do we not have a court specific? If we have so many offenses being committed, why do we not have a court designated to traffic tickets alone, a traffic court? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Stefan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Stefan, why I support this initiative that the government coming with here? This is the reality about it, Stefan. This thing going to be in all the PNM health constituencies.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have the usual suspects, right? So we know we have
the usual suspects. All the PNM constituencies is the usual suspects.
So what is going to happen? What is going to happen is that I estimate when those zones are named, and you have maybe a majority of them being PNM constituencies, you are going to get a lot of noise coming out from the PNM mouthpieces, and then the whole conversation and narrative is going to swing towards race baiting and things like that, right? I estimate that is going to happen because that's going to be par for the course.
You know, it's only the uneducated sycophants, retarded, dirty set up PNM supporters who will be pushing that narrative, Stefan, because at the end of the day, all of them know that they all live in constituencies where crime is real high. Understand? And it's really, really sad. You have to be sick, you know, to come out and play. You trying to make us scene the top of race rock when you know it's actually living, is everything going wrong?
I mean, look, we can't bury our heads in the sand. This is the reality of what takes place. And this is the conversation that they're very strong in, and they've sold the population for many, many years. It's about race. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Guaranteed.
Anyway, Stefan, let me give you a little investigative work to do, right? It is alleged about 2 weeks ago, bandits broke into one of the politicians' house living down in the west, right?
Yes.
And over $2 million was stolen. I don't know if you hear about anything like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. Well, who's that?
but
Port of
I
Spain,
hear
the
it
Port of
and
Spain
no-
South MP? You're talking about Keith Scotland?
Yes.
Yeah, that was in the papers.
Yeah.
Keith Scotland's house was broken into, and some, I think, I'm
Yeah.
not too sure the figure, but 2 million?
It's over $2 million.
Oh, okay. All right.
Over $2 million.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
man.
an
Really well. I
excellent,
didn't realize
defense attorney,
it
you
make
know.
the papers.
Yeah. I saw
I didn't
it,
realize it
I
make
saw
the
it, I
papers.
saw
But
it.
but at the end of the day, Stefan, fire burn the PNM.
I mean,
Thank you, partner. Enjoy
I
the rest
mean,
of the day.
if they got $2 million in goods, hopefully, well, they didn't steal the bicycle and the coal pot.
All right, partner. Later.
Yeah, cool. No, I mean, look, we can't bury our heads in the sand. We know the tactics play out. It's going to be interesting to see, because, listen, crime exists all over Trinidad and Tobago. You have the criminal elements that might base in specific areas or from specific zones, if you want to call it that, but they also migrate and they go to other zones. And they start their nonsense in other areas as well. Penal has been a spot where a lot of crime has taken place in the penal area over the last few years. I remember sitting on here, and every time I go through the papers, I was like, wait now, penal again? So I'm waiting to see, because a lot of things have happened in penal. A lot of people have been murdered in penal, robbed, things like that, over the last couple of years. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Morning, you heard me?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Yeah. Penal have a huge influx of, people from a South American nation.
Right.
And since then, crime increased. But
Crime
I want to
increased,
say to the general public, before we come to all these pessimistic conclusions, it's so easy to get information in the world today. I just did a little check when I heard about it, and I want to let all you know, since Jamaica introduced these zones of operations, Mount Salem saw a 95% reduction in violent crime. And that is just one localized area that they have places that see a 65% reduction, a 40% reduction, and overall, Jamaica saw a 42.5% reduction in violent crime. So implementation is really the key issue here. We should be hoping that it is implemented as well or better than Jamaica.
Yeah.
But to sit down there and be saying, oh God, PNM constituencies, and it just making no sense, and all them kind of, it's just being deliberately pessimistic. So I will listen off. Imagine you living in an area, Stefan, and you wake up one morning and realize it's 95% safer where violent crime is concerned. You're going to start to sleep with your door and window and thing open again?
Yeah.
I'll listen off. Good morning.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's funny, though, that, unfortunately, things like this do get politicized, but yet, when it's depending on which side of the fence you sit on and how it's being politicized, people like to ball. You ought not to politicize crime, but I'm sorry to inform you, everything have politics in it. Everything. You can't get away from it. Politics is embedded in almost every aspect of life. You understand? Hello, good morning. But implementation is going to be key, and communication is going to be key in this particular initiative. And accountability as well. Morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
If it is implemented like how you and the last caller, the second to last caller talk about, that ain't making no sense to me.
Yeah.
Because an area or areas have been stigmatized, right? But what the data showing today is what we have to focus on. We can't deal with an area because it was stigmatized 10 or 20 years ago. To say, well, that is a zone. And then again, All you always say is that is a minority of people in certain area. So you go in and disrupt everybody's life in a particular area. You call 5 or 6 people. It's pests. You see, we have to be careful of supporting. When we give people too much leverage, they just take away our rights as citizens in this place here. If they can't do the job, leave and go. Let somebody who could do the job come in and do the job. And we keep saying, it's not no room for no third party. Because watch America. America only had 2 parties. And right now we have 3 parties saying no in the parliament. 3 parties saying no in the parliament right now. We have to check ourselves and deal with these people how we're supposed to deal with them. We have to unite and stand up and let them know what it is we want. It have people is be calling on this program with very good ideas and intentions. You know.
Okay, but if this is not an option, they're using this as an option because it has had great success in Jamaica. It's been implemented in Jamaica. It's had great success in Jamaica.
How was it implemented? How was it implemented?
This is the thing. We will find out about the implementation when they present it in Parliament tomorrow. They've just given us the basic elements of it as it relates to the legislation.
Stefan, them areas done on
paper.
Facebook. That was on Facebook already, Stefan. What
was on Facebook?
Areas that they're talking about. That was on Facebook. The operation, zones of operation.
Yes.
That was on Facebook already.
It was.
And I didn't see penal. I didn't see penal in it. And we saying if we doing it, we had to do it secretive. Just talk to a certain amount of police. Who knows who is the corrupt police in the organization? And if they know who it is, why we didn't get rid of them yet?
I hear you with that. But I'm saying to you, implementation in theory and implementation in practical is 2 different things. You could put it on paper, you could write it all you want, but to actually put it into action is a totally different element. It's how they do that is going to be telling. But I'm saying to you, if not this, you tell me where's the plan.
All right.
No,
let me say we agree with this.
No, I'm no. I'm asking you.
Wait. I'm signing here. I'm signing here.
All right.
Without the corruption in Trinidad and Tobago, and that will solve all the problems.
How are we doing that?
That is the plan. But my point is, how are we doing that? We have to get rid of the total group of politicians. All of them corrupt.
That is. All right,
listen to the current commissioner of police and the statements he does make. Listen to the current commissioner of police and some of the statements that he's make, and see if he is an independent man. See if he's not controlled by the politics.
So, all right. So
everybody is talking.
Right. So
but the facts remain the facts. Corruption is the problem in Trinidad and Tobago. That is the problem with corruption.
But okay, you're saying, okay, and good. You just said the facts remain the facts, right? Corruption is where it is in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Correct?
Yeah.
But you also open a statement by saying, hold on, you also open a statement by saying that there are certain places in Trinidad and Tobago that have been stigmatized as if it's not justified that they are or ought to be named as zones of operation, a special zone then. You're saying that these places have been stigmatized for years, and you cannot implement a zone of operation based on the historical nature of a particular area. Name one of those areas to me.
I didn't say you cannot implement. I say you shouldn't implement as operation of zone by a stigmatized area. We have to deal with it in data. What is the data of some of these stigmatized areas presently in terms of murders, home invasions, and things like that?
Okay, but name an area.
And that is what I'm dealing with.
All right, but name an area that you're talking about specifically.
I didn't ask you to name the areas when you say is understood the usual suspect.
Lavanti.
And one of the callers come in and says,
Lavanti.
And wait, and one of the callers call in and say, all the PNM areas, all the PNM areas is the usual suspect.
Well, okay, Mova, Lavanti, Beetham, parts of Diego Martin, etc., etc., etc. Are you afraid to say?
And when last we heard of murders in those places that you called outside of penal?
Okay. And I just said, criminals who operate in their own area. Criminals has come
And
out
that
of
is
their
the
own
point.
area.
So putting a zone, putting an operational zone in those areas, will that solve the problem?
But this is what we're saying, is implementation, is what are the areas? There are usual suspect areas of where gangs are based. And there are, on the other aspect of it, is where gangs migrate to and commit crimes. And this is what I was saying. So you're saying that
Stefan,
gangs...
the police also tell us, when a murder occurs, that gang related. But you ain't holding somebody from the other gang. So and the case remain open. And for years, nobody, but you keep telling us it's gang related, gang related, gang related. If you have a gang in Lavantie, and a man in Lavantie get killed, and you say that gang related, then there's a man in Duncan Street or Picton or somebody kill he. Because that is where the zones and them is. Oh, we're not holding nobody, you ain't even hold them for questioning or nothing. But you're telling we gang related with all the evidence. If you don't have evidence, you can't tell me gang related, you know. And if you have the evidence to prove it gang related, then you should hold somebody from the other gang.
And I totally agree with you. And we've had that conversation on many
And that is
occasions.
when I say, and that is why I talk about stigmatization. Because when they make that comment, we try to justify it. And that is what I tell you, the only thing will solve the problem that we have in Trinidad and Tobago presently is to get rid of corruption. And the only way we can do that is to see if we can bring in a new party. And we keep saying
So you
it's
think
not
a
for
new
no
party,
third party,
you
but
think
it
a
had
new-
3 parties.
You think a new party is going to solve the problem?
We have to try something. We have to stop stigmatizing. We have to look at the real problem and deal with the real problem. And the real problem is the politicians.
All right,
And
no
some
problem.
of these defense force people, when you hear murder and the police gone and they're finding guns from TTPS and regiment and COSA, and they're finding bullets, casing and from all them different organizations, but yet still nobody in them organizations in facing the brunt of the burden. You see Kamala, she talk about bringing back the hangman, and that is what we have to do.
Well, I hear in that conversation too about bringing back the hangman, but I don't know how realistic that's going to be. But look, something has to be done. Whether this is the answer or not, in terms of however they map out these zones of operations or whatever the case might be, and I don't know what the implementation process is going to be like. I'm waiting to hear what they have to say come tomorrow when they get into the parliament and they go a little more in depth.
Stefan, I tell you that done leak already, you know. That done leak already. I see that on Facebook. Have a nice day. I'll listen to it.
Yeah, but not everything you see on Facebook is you take for face value, brother.
All right. When they implement it, I go see and confirm
I'm
if
saying-
it's AI will put it or if it's somebody making mischief who put it.
Well, we go see what happens. No problem.
All right, comrade.
Yeah, man.
Have a
Cool.
nice day.
Yeah, my brother. Nice conversation. So, 2 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock. I'll take this one more. Oh gosh, now you're calling already. If you're calling already, don't try to call in again. All right? Because I ain't going through that this morning. Right. Morning. At least not yet. If it's a different topic, no problem. But that person now calling and talk on the same topic. And now you're trying to call back in. Nah. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, man.
We were talking about when the state of emergency finish, what will happen?
What would be
the government
I have been saying that. You're talking about reduction in murder rate, but you're on that state of emergency. What is going to happen after the state of emergency? So here we are. Go ahead.
No. So they're proposing something that has been working in another jurisdiction. And people are not allowing it or giving it the opportunity to be implemented and see what happens before they criticize. So Dr. Rowley will say, if not this, then what? But the general issue is that we have to look at how it is we can deal with it and not look at it as a PNM constituency, but as a crime zone. And when we begin to do it, because the people representing them in those areas obviously will stand up and oppose, but secretly they'll be happy to know that they clean up their area, so it will no longer be called a crime zone. At the same time, my problem has always been the police, because in order to secure a conviction, you have to catch them in real time to gather the evidence in order to secure a conviction. But the police always responds late. So in my view, they have to introduce things like bounty hunter squad, a marshal squad to go after these criminals wherever you are.
Yeah.
and things we begin to see something, and then people in gangs have to be arrested and locked up just for being in a gang, and have to increase the penalty. So there are many things that can be tweaked and adjusted, but we need to give it an opportunity in order for it to work. And constructive criticism is good. Anybody could say they want to criticize wherever along the road. Once we get some tangible from that, they will say out of 100 we get 10 people off the street. That is 10 less. So we need to look at it from a positive perspective and add with 2 cents constructive criticism in order for we to now get things to work. And send the messages to our representative that these are some of the things that we have in mind. If they take it on board, take it on board. If not, they will adjust it as we go down the road. But something has to be done. But I'm going back to Rowley's statement. If not this, then what? Tell us.
Okay.
Have a good day, man.
All right. I got to go to the break, right? Because we have hit the hour of 7 o'clock. So we got to take a break. But my thing is this. He mentioned something there just now. If you get 10 people off the street, that is 10 less. And I'm saying, the police have been saying that they have certain people that they have detained during the state of emergency. And with those persons being detained and communication devices being taken away from them, so they have no form of communication, they have been detained and they've been separated from and taken to certain detention centers. And with them in custody under those circumstances, the police are saying, well, we've seen a 45% reduction in crime. Is that a coincidence? Is that a coincidence? Right? So the police have put forward a fair argument based on, I guess, data in terms of operations that they have run and persons that they have detained. Remember, this whole thing started because of intelligence report based on something that was taking place in the prison and certain people being targeted and things like that. Remember, that's how this whole state of emergency that we are in was called, right? Back in July, right? And it has run its course. And yes, we have had a reduction in murders. And some people will say, well, just like how when Gary Griffith was Commissioner of Police in the year with COVID-19 and the murder rate went down to 300 and something, everybody says COVID. But whether it's COVID or the state of emergency or whatever, it's gone down. That's a positive thing, right? So we have a 45% reduction in crime. Obviously, something that the police did, it worked to an extent. I cannot say that it has worked 120% because we still seeing murders being committed, crime still taking place. Some people say they feel safer, but we still see home invasions. Up to yesterday, I think it was in the paper, in some area, a man was stabbed during a home invasion. So these home invasions have been taking place. The caller before talked about these places, these specified areas, or the usual suspects, as I call them, right? Suspected areas. How much home invasion has taken place there? Well, that is not a matter of how much home invasions takes place there. Fellas just leave the area and go and run in other people's house. It is easier for me to leave one hotspot area in Port of Spain and go down south and commit a crime because nobody will know my face down there. So I commit my crime down there and then I retreat to my hole. You understand? That's how criminals operate. To pretend like they don't operate like that is putting a plaster over so. You understand? And people, we just talk about places being stigmatized. And they may have been stigmatized in the past or whatever, and they have a reputation for being a particular way and it's unsafe or whatever the case might be. And I always tell people this, right? If you find that a particular area is stigmatized unjustly, either walk into that area 3 o'clock in the morning or 2:30 in the morning on any given day, or drive in with a heavily tinted vehicle and let me know the outcome. Simple. So we're going to take a break, and when we return, we'll get back to the discussion. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Tired of the daily school run? Say hello to Open Minds Education, your 100% online school built for life in the Caribbean. From preschool to secondary, they've got your child covered. Anytime, anywhere, no traffic, no textbooks, no hidden fees. Just smart, flexible learning with real teachers who care. It takes a village to raise a child, and Open Minds, they are that village. Learn today, lead tomorrow. Call or WhatsApp 868-388-6635 or visit openminds.education to register.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited, quality you can trust.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
Are you living with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes? Manage it with the unique Jameson 100% complete multivitamin with 400 micrograms of chromium to lower blood glucose, lutein for your eyes, B vitamins for energy, vitamin C and lycopene for antioxidant support. Take a step towards a healthier tomorrow and make the proactive switch to Jameson today.
All right, so we're back. And, all laughing at the back, eh? All laugh, like to do me that, you know. All like to do me that. All like to do me that. Anyway. All right, Eden Heights Clinic. 10 minutes past the hour, 7 o'clock. We'll deal with the ban list and whatever. But Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean, and they offer that dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, limb bagging, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. And they also offer consultation services in live blood analysis, sport injuries, child counseling, supplements, high blood pressure, knee, shoulder, back pain, and more. Check them out at their 2 locations in Trin City and Chaguanas. And you could give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You could also WhatsApp them on 493-9196. That is Eden Heights. All right, and don't forget Chef. You know, we boy Chef. I think he'll be in studio tomorrow. Chef has 2 courses on the 31st of January. They are the Creative International Cuisine and the Baking and Pastry one. And on February, he has the City and Guilds Diploma 3. All courses take place at Ramsing Plaza in Chaguanas. Call him, get registered, get more information, 3724639 or 7375097. Those are the numbers to call or WhatsApp him and get your information and registration in order. All right, big up Chef Man. I don't know what you're making tomorrow, eh? Don't give me, all I wanted wings. The last time you all I want wings still. Who does eat wings for breakfast? I'm now telling them fellas, you know, I do some mad thing in my time, eh? I do some mad thing in my time. And I remember my brethren Hugo and I. Hugo, what's going on, but I don't know if you're watching the program. I know you're still doing your thing. I remember my sister had this shark mouth Lancer boy that she had buy, and one of her her children's father friends borrowed the Lancer, and I remember I was working in the bar the night. Me and Hugo in the bar by Strikers, and we working that night, and she called me and she said, "Boy, you know so and so go on with my car and bring it back." And I said, "Me go on with," and we calling him and he answering the phone and in my car. You understand? And look at the time. It was like after 12. It was like after 12 midnight. So I do so now, and I tell Hugo, I say, "Boy, you go, let me, my sister car thing, something with my sister car, and man gone with car." I say, "Where you living?" She said, "Quarry Street." I say, "Aye, no problem." I say, "Hugo, let me go turn up Quarry Street." He said, "Well, we go up and the bar close." We had to close up the bar and thing first. We closed up the bar about 2:30, minutes to 3, and went driving straight up Quarry Street. I do some mad thing in my time, you know, and come out. I come out in the area and we walking through all them lane and thing, because trying to find out where the yard is and that kind of thing. And it was just me and Hugo. You understand? And real men asked me if I'm mad the next day. I said, "Well, no, you understand what I said? I mean afraid that. You understand what I'm telling you? But now, that was then. Now it's a different time. Now if you tell me, boy, Stefan, boy, let me go up, I tell you, out of that one. I ain't think I'm making that turn. Back then I was like, 20-something, you know what I mean? And you know, sometimes, you know, but that was a different timing, you know what I mean? I know you go remember that when we was driving through, we drive through all kind of, I remember we went through all kind of lane and all kind of thing, looking for the vehicle and that kind of thing now. I remember that. We probably circled it for about a little over half an hour, you know, we just circling. Now you do that. Now you do that and tell me the outcome. You understand what I'm telling you? So it has certain places in Trinidad and Tobago we like to pretend like things happening there or certain things don't exist there. The real issue is, why does it exist there? You understand what I'm saying? And in all the conversation we haven't had that aspect of the conversation yet. There are 2 elements to the zone of operations. As I read from the article this morning, and if you didn't read it, take a read. It is not just about the crime fighting initiative and giving the police the opportunity to search people, places, vehicles, persons without warrants. There is a community development aspect of it which I would support if it's executed and implemented and executed in a proper manner. All right? I like that it appears to be mandatory that officers wear these the body cameras. But the body camera footage, in the event of anything that has happened, ought to be released immediately. Because look at the situation in Minneapolis with, what the woman name is? Good? I think Good is her last name. I can't remember the first name. The woman that was shot by the ICE agent. with all the chaos and everything that was taking place and all the conversations around that, and you could take whatever position you want on it, you know what I mean? But it's an unfortunate incident. But within days, right, the body camera footage was released publicly. But in Trinidad and Tobago, every time something happens, police will say, yeah, they were in body cameras, but where the footage? Anybody ever see any body camera footage? I have never seen that yet. I never seen no body camera footage from any police officer. All right? Chris, where's admitted? Or chef bringing 2 past students to make breakfast tomorrow. Well, message chef and tell chef all our wings. Why I must do it? The wicked, you know, and I, boy, you know. Anyway, let me take the calls. Hello, good morning.
Stefan, good morning.
My dear, what's up? Share your thoughts.
Steph, you see me, you see my ethnicity, right? I would like to say firstly, why as Trinidadians and Tobagonians do we try to bury our heads in the sand? The areas that have been stigmatized didn't just become stigmatized because somebody wake up and feel that way one morning, right? It's because of the actions of the same individuals from those areas that would have brought about that stigma. Not so, Steph?
Well, obviously.
All right. Now, the point I would like to get to, initiative or an initiative is being proposed. It has not been something that was done in the past and proven a failure. I think we need to give it a chance and see how it works. That is the only way we would be able to truly break it down, analyze, criticize, or, you know, tweak it. We have to give it a chance.
Okay.
Right? And like I say, the implementation is what needs to be looked at.
Of course.
So, thanks so much, Steph. Have a good day.
No problem. Nobody is saying that crime does not happen in other parts of Trinidad and Tobago outside of what we would term as, or what I am terming as the usual suspects. And the reason why I term it that way is because I'm a realist. Me come out here to play Disney. It's not Walt Disney. It's not no Mickey Mouse business taking place here. I am a realist. It are plenty people who look like me that will be afraid to say what I say. But me afraid to say it. I am dealing with the reality of the situation from a crime perspective in Trinidad and Tobago. So nobody is saying that crime doesn't happen in other areas. And, well, as the caller said, it has to be data-driven. Okay, so we got to get the data. Because like I said, who committed the crime in other areas? Who committed the crime in Penal? People from Chaguanas? People from San Fernando? People from the train line? People from up in Port of Spain? People from Cuba? Who committed the crime there? Right? Who are the suspects? If the police have any. And that's where the police data base supposed to come in. Based on persons apprehended for committing crimes in any part of Trinidad and Tobago. And you often see it. There have been articles where a robbery take place and they tell you so-and-so from one area and the next person from so-and-so area and this person from so-and-so area. So it is there. The proof is in the pudding. You understand? But to try and deflect and to pretend like there are certain areas in Trinidad and Tobago where people who are not involved in crime, especially elders, like they don't go in, they're not inside at a particular hour and things still, is to bury your head in the sand, man. I not in all that Mickey Mouse thing. And you had to have a tactic. If we do have real tactics to deal with real situations in a very real manner, we're going to reach nowhere really fast. Morning.
Morning, Stefan. Stefan, you know, any genuine crime fighting strategy is something every citizen is supposed to come behind and back any government. And you see, when you have a state of emergency and you have things like that and people's rights being suppressed, right? That is
whose rights have been oppressed?
I'm not saying
whose rights have been suppressed?
We're talking about a state of an emergency. The state of an emergency, by fact, by the nature of it, there are a lot of things that you can't do. That is not an opinion. That is just a fact. Right? I don't know who. I can't go out there and say who.
No,
okay,
I understand
that.
I understand what you're saying, right. But has the average law-abiding citizen's rights been suppressed between December 2024 and to date?
Stefan, if it is person wanted to protest, well, the only thing I could think about is if you have the right to protest, you can't do that in a SOE.
Okay.
No, I can't answer for nobody. But
all right,
I wasn't planning to go and protest. So
no, fair enough. That's a valid point. The right to protest. Go ahead.
The police, the Prime Minister and the Homeland Security Minister came out and said that police was advantaging people. And crime fighting, basically, politicians put policy in place. And the crime fighting is up to the police, and the implementation and things is up to the police.
The government has a part to play in implementation. The police have to execute, but the government can lay out the way that they want things implemented. But go ahead.
Right, and what you talk about just now there with the body cameras, and these are things for the police have to look. For instance, the police go and say, listen, we want a state of emergency, and the government would support that. The police has been clamoring for a noble situation for persons who get caught with an illegal firearm for 3 times. If you get caught with an illegal firearm for 3 occasions,
well, I don't know why.
I know, me too. What was saying, the present government would have not support the police call for that, right? And that, in my mind, was a serious blow to the crime fighting initiative that the police say they wanted that, you know. The police say they wanted, but
what is the current law on that? What is the current law on that? Because I don't know off the top of my head.
So what happened is that the UNC government did not support the initiative to have persons the bail being refused on the occasion of 3 times being caught with an illegal firearm. Because Stefan, the police further catch fellas. Stefan, yeah, please do, because the police is fed up of catching men.
I will.
5, 6 times, 10 times, and you know something? You could ask the police officer who coming on anytime at station, ask him. They went to the PNM government at the time, and I remember the UNC senators and people were saying, listen, that is infringing on people's rights, and a man must be able to get bail. But why it is you get catch with an illegal firearm 3 times, and you must come outside here for what again? And this government supported that narrative that people's rights was getting infringed, and that to me, they need to revisit that. And it's sad to know that they just make policy without proper data. That is our next thing. That was shocking to me last week when I learned that they make promises based on, and they didn't have the data. So anyhow, have a good morning, sir.
Okay, no.
And
you're talking about the promises made in opposition?
I'm talking about when people make promises, they must make promises based on data.
Yes. But what I'm saying is,
they must make promises based on feelings.
But what I'm saying is, you said that they made a promise without data, and I'm asking you if
at least one.
I'm asking you in opposition. Do you believe that the opposition has all the data?
Of course not.
Okay. All right.
Of course not. I don't believe that, but yeah.
No problem. Cool. No problem. Let me clear up that piece of I think you're misinformed on that bail issue for persons held without a firearm. That's now. I can't make the call on this phone, fellas, so I gotta let me just call my legal advisor here. Brian, morning.
Hi, morning, Stefan.
I need some clarity on something very quickly. All right, so one of the callers, and I wasn't too sure on it, I can't remember off the top of my head, but he was talking about the bail bill on persons that are held with an illegal firearm. And he said that when you all were in opposition, you were fighting for persons held with an illegal firearm right to get bail, if held with an illegal firearm. What was the specifics in that bill? I think it's something like that he was alluding to. What's the specifics on that when somebody's held with an illegal firearm?
I was just thinking to the gentleman.
Right.
Clearly, he did not really follow the debate. The UNC in opposition did support the changes that was coming to the Bail Act. What we were not in support of was where in which you were going against a first-time offender, all right? Because of the fact that the Bail Act is very clear how it deals with those things. It was put to show that it cannot be for a first offender, all right? It had to be if a person is a repeat offender of the type of crimes that involves a firearm. And I can also speak on this because in fact I am a practicing attorney in the criminal law arena, all right?
Right.
And that is where the Bail Act was brought in to show for the issue if it was held for more than once. That is where the issue of the bail to be withheld. All right? That is why we indicated in the opposition that is how it has to go. Because if you come as a first-time offender, you are taken as what you are before the court, a first-time offender.
And that would apply to a first-time offender in any crime?
That's correct. And the Bail Act was very clear on that. Because one must understand that under the Bail Act, a person is entitled to bail to certain offenses. All right? The only one that they were not entitled to was like the issue of treason and acts of against the state, right? On the issue of murder, bail is still not available. You have to make an application now, because people was quick to say, well, now murderers can get bail. No, it's not that. It's not that at all. And further to that, Stefan, I was listening to the gentleman talking about the whole issue where he's saying the UNC made a promise without data. But I want to inform the goodly gentleman who clearly is not informed, right? Had he listened to the Minister of Transport, is that when you come into government, there are certain things that will come to your attention. Further to that, when you have organizations that also come forward and show where persons' lives are being lost due to lawlessness on the streets, via lawlessness on the road. I think just yesterday, in case people didn't see, of the accident that happened in Chaguanas, where a gentleman caused a motor vehicle accident. Not only is the victim of that accident is in hospital now fighting for their life, the gentleman has no driver's license. The man doesn't even have ownership of the vehicle he's in, but yet you want to say that the government should not have brought what was brought. That gentleman, I have to say, that man, not only was he lawless, that man is reckless and dangerous on the road.
Is that the same 28-year-old drunk driver without the driver's permit?
That's correct.
Yeah, because he was caught driving drunk and he does not have a permit. And you're saying the car and all is not, well, if he has no permit, well, then the car can't be on his name because he has no driver's permit.
I mean, people, I want this nation to understand that we are a lawless country. What do I do for a living? So I could tell you.
You're in the criminal law, yes, so you would know.
Right? So further to that, I mean, I heard the gentleman, I want the Trinidadians to understand, right? Trinidadians must understand that we like to live comfortable. We like to live in a way where people feel that we can do what we want.
Yeah.
The time for the nonsense must come to an end. I mean, I was so disturbed listening to that, and I don't know if you saw the person who suffered the accident. Look at the mother on the road. Look at the victims' parents, the victims' families. So why not consider them? Right? It's simple enough. The only people of the study were paying fines is if you break the bloody law.
All right.
Just don't break the law, that's all.
Yeah, I have it here. It was reported in the news today. A 28-year-old man from San Fernando has been arrested for speeding, driving under the influence, and failing to provide a driver's permit.
Exactly, Stefan.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to, I mean to load up your Paula, but sir.
He was going 143 kilometers per hour. 43 kilometers. So he was speeding too. So he was driving drunk. He do have a driver's permit and speeding. Yeah. Yeah.
And speeding. So
yeah.
he himself became not only a drunk driver, but he also became a dangerous driver.
Yeah. I've seen it. Yeah. I have the article in front of me. Yeah.
It's ridiculous at the end of the day.
Yeah. And that's with the traffic fines. That's with the traffic fines increased there. And he still committed the crime. So, anyway.
I don't understand.
Anyway, my brother, thanks a lot for the clarity.
Not a problem.
Yeah, man. I know it was something like that. I know the caller, the narrative that he used there, that is a narrative put out, that was put out by the opposition at the time, the government, in terms of the crosstalk and that kind of thing. But I remember there was clarity on that, but I just couldn't remember what was the specific. So, just to repeat, in accordance to law, first time offenders can access bail, and for certain crime, for certain things, right? And it's on the second offense that they could deny your bail, and that was the issue. So it have nothing to do with getting caught 3 times and that kind of thing. I know when he said that 3 times, that just didn't sound right to me. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Stefan, good morning.
Yes, my dear, go ahead.
My opinion, if they find you with something illegal, no bail. No bail first, second, third, fourth time they hold you, no bail for you. If they find you driving drunk,
well, they would have to change the law on that, but go ahead.
Yes, if they find you driving drunk, $50,000 and take away your license and do whatever they have to do, because you're putting everybody's life in danger if you're driving drunk. Now, somebody was talking just now about data. What data did the government have when they closed down Petrotrin? That's one. And 2, what data did they have when they decided to leave the four men in the pipeline? What data did they have?
Yeah.
Okay, I go on. And you mustn't keep the people on the phone so long. Eh? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, goodbye.
Right, no problem. No, well, I mean, him and the other one, my brethren, Mr. Unity there, me and Mr. Unity, is long time. I'm not, Unity, we had some good points inside of there, but, I like the little back and forth. Big up again, man. Morning. Is a good one. Morning.
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, bud.
In terms of no bail, when they hold you out there with cocaine and you're traveling, and you just be a first time traveler. When they're showing you
a first time offender.
Yeah, you use a first time traveler and a first time offender, and they hold you with the sniffer dog and they test the thing and they say this is cocaine, and just go straight to jail.
Well, yes, but if you're a first time offender, you see, Brandon talked to that in terms of drugs, but you'll probably message me on it. As a first time offender, like he said, there are certain crimes that you commit, and as a first time offender, you can access bail. But there are certain crimes that you commit, and as a first time offender, you cannot get bail. Whether or not drugs fall in that category, I can't say after.
So no, we're talking about a particular crime. So if it's an illegal firearm, it could take lives. If it's drugs, it could also take lives. It could cause the loss of life.
Yeah.
If it's driving a vehicle, who tests the guy who was driving at 140 how much kilometers per hour? Who clock it?
But the police.
Well, okay. So you had a roadblock set up then.
No, well, they probably had an exercise going on with the radar guns.
And he drives through an exercise with the thing, because he was illegal in the first place. So he tried to run through then. He tried to drive through.
Well, he was intoxicated as well, so he could have been driving because he was intoxicated.
Right. And when he see the police, he
Driving
decide not to
fast.
stop.
Well, the police pull him over.
Yeah, that by before, after the accident.
That would have been just now. Let me see.
Yeah, you understand? Me? So if they clock him before, after the accident, how we going and say during the accident he was traveling at that rate of
No,
speed?
hold on. This article.
All that
That's what,
going in court.
hold on. This article. That's why I asked Brian, and if it's the same thing we're talking about.
Yeah, he
Right?
confirmed it's the same thing. He said it's the same thing.
No, because this one, the article I am reading here, I'm not seeing where there was an accident. I'm seeing that the person was pulled over for drunk driving, speeding, and driving without a driver's permit. Right? So I'm not too sure if there was another incident where there was actually an accident that he was talking about. But I'm not seeing this article. I am not seeing anything in terms of an accident or anything. But I know there was an accident maybe a couple days ago where somebody was in the hospital and there was a forecast smash up over the weekend in some other part of Trinidad too.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
In
So I don't know.
terms of data,
Yeah.
in terms of data, how we relay the data to the public or to the police so that they can relate it to the public in terms of second offenders now. We're dealing with offenders who come before the court for a second time with a firearm.
No, but that's for the court. That's not information that really has to be relayed to the public unless it's,
Yes, I'm talking about law. Is it our law that when you come before the court with an illegal firearm charge against you and there is no ambiguity anywhere, they find it yes, and you come for the second time, is it that you're going to receive bail on your second offense or not?
No, you get no bail on the second offense.
Right.
That's what he was saying.
Right.
Right.
So we have that in place.
Yeah.
From since when that is in place?
Well, that would have been that's in place a little while now.
No, a little while now.
Well, I can't give you the exact date.
No, listen what I say. Under this current administration or under the former administration?
No, that
was
brought to the parliament and debated under the former government. That is not new legislation. Right. That is legislation that they brought. It was debated. It was agreed to.
Right.
And that was it. It was passed.
So the bail now that people get in, remember it had a controversy with the bail in the bail house where the Andrea Barrett discovered what they was doing in terms of getting bail. So all them fellas and them who was presenting a deed and using the same deed over and over and over, were they second time offenders or were they first time offenders?
Well, that
same deed
okay,
over
hold on. That issue that you're talking about there with the fella that was continuously got bail, that to me something was wrong. Some racket was running there.
Of course, and it was running racket with people.
Yeah, some racket.
In uniform and who was serving the public.
Yeah. All right, but caller, all right, well, I understand what you're saying, I understand what you're going, I understand your points, but we kind of stray from the topic at hand this morning. But I want to just take another go to a break.
We're talking bail here, We're talking who offend the law, and we're talking about who receiving bail.
Yes, but that wasn't the topic this morning.
But that's first time, and I will really preserve because I might make a mistake for the first time, I make an error, and yes, I would like to get bail. But after I get a bail part and I understand the nonsense or the stupidness what I was involved in, you think I want to go and get back myself in that again? So if a person decides to get back themselves in that again, they're making a criminality, they're making that their lifestyle, like the job, criminality.
All right. Thanks a lot. Yeah. That's, oh God, Lord Father. That was a long conversation going around in a circle. It's a simple thing. You commit an offense, certain offenses you commit, You're a first-time offender, you can access bail for certain things. Being held with an illegal firearm is one. On your second offense, you are denied bail. It's simple. There is nothing complicated in that whole scenario, right? But like I said, I don't want to get derailed from the conversation that we were having on the special operation zones, because I think it's a conversation that we should have, given the fact that it's going to be a highly sensitive operation, especially when you take into consideration that some of these zones will fall within the realm of being politicized. And when those things start to happen and people start to make noise, we move away from the issue of dealing with the crime and dealing with the criminals and the crime situation, and the aspect of community development within those communities, which I have spoken to for years. Look at East Port of Spain. Look at East Port of Spain. East Port of Spain is a perfect example of underdevelopment. Right? After Charlotte Street. Right? I'm telling you, some Charlotte go back. But that part of East Port of Spain there, go take a drive up the Eastern Main Road from Port of Spain and tell me where all the business activity has gone. It's poofed and disappeared. Because nobody want to open business hunting down on that stretch. So there has to be some sort of correctional operation or agenda that deals with development of the area. It's the reason why, you see, like I say, we're talking about crime. We ain't talk about the community development aspect of it yet that falls within these special operating zones, right? That is mentioned in the article and in the legislation. We haven't gotten to the root problem. The root problem is neglect. When communities are neglected and they are allowed to become a dilapidated, they enter into this dilapidated state that they're currently in, that is a playground for all sorts of negative activities. That's fact. How many times I sit down here and say, start a painting initiative. Go and look for little tradesmen in the area and give them work. And the work is to paint. Just paint. Paint on a wall. Just go and paint the area and them and beautify the areas and uplift the areas. How many times have you all heard me sit here and speak specifically to that? Paint on a wall. Create a little employment within the communities, hire the people within the communities. The communities are large and wide. Paint up the place, man. And while you're painting the place, you have a few masons repairing little walls and this, that, and the other. And you have a whole community initiative where you're developing the community and uplifting the community. Go to the basketball courts, upgrade the basketball courts. Youths in the area, they might use the basketball court for playing small goal football, modern basketball, but nevertheless, upgrade all those little things. Brighten up the community. Go start a lighting initiative. The problem with that is when you have gang in the area, they like to shoot out the damn lights. You understand? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm stigmatizing that too. But that's a fact in certain areas, they like to shoot out the lights. That'll brighten up the place and light up the place, man. I am bitterly disappointed at the position of the Western Main Road in St. James. The Western Main Road used to be a hub of activity. You drive through the Western Main Road now on a weekend, it's like, what the hell going on here, boy? And the main road dark, 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 dark. You have a whole amphitheater that was put there since Mr. Crosby passed away, like nobody don't know what to do in St. James. We beat drop off. The amphitheater is a dead zone. They're now trying to revive it. They allow it to run down into a state where now you have to spend money to bring it back to a respectable condition. When these things could have been used and utilized for the youths and maintained over time, so that you don't have to go back and do these kind of things. You dig it? And we pretending like we know what's going on, man. It's all these little things. The Western Main Road should be lit up, bright, to attract and inspire businesses. Why would I open my business in a dark, dead spot? That making any sense, fellas? Who want to open a business in darkness? Light up the place. Uplift the place. It isn't like you didn't have the money to do it. It's over $500 billion in 10 years. And we want to ignore that. And then ignore the fact of, well, how we get here, boy? You understand? Just totally forget about that, as usual. Forget that. Anyway, let me take the break here, boy, because, you see me? I fed up talk about them things, yes? I must have a different passion and a different mindset to everybody else, yes, friends? So stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycareTT@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Tired of the daily school run? Say hello to Open Minds Education, your 100% online school built for life in the Caribbean. From preschool to secondary, they've got your child covered. Anytime, anywhere, no traffic, no textbooks, no hidden fees. Just smart, flexible learning with real teachers who care. It takes a village to raise a child, and Open Minds, they are that village. Learn today, lead tomorrow. Call or WhatsApp 868-388-6635 or visit openminds.education to register.
Is your life stuck in the same struggles again and again? Pandith Bhargav helps remove negative energy, solve love problems, fix marriage disputes, clear financial stress, and stabilize job and business issues. With accurate psychic, palm, and horoscope readings, he guides you toward the right path. His powerful 30-minute session brings quick relief and clear direction. Take the first step today. Call +1 868-347-2350.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
All right. Let me get I'll tell you what it is here. Right, Jameson. So boost your immune system with Jameson immunity products to fight off the seasonal sniffles, such as your cold fighter with Echinacea Vitamin C Chews with the honey lemon flavor. And for additional support, you could try the delicious Vitamin D3 Chews and Ultra Strength Zinc. Chew, fight, and feel amazing with Jameson trusted vitamins and minerals. All right? Pick up your Jameson today at a pharmacy near you. Oh God, I'm looking for the thing, you know. Where is it? No, I sent it in the WeTransfer. The visa freeze. Yeah. Fullest 75 countries where Trump has suspended visas. I think there are only 2 members of CARICOM that were not mentioned in this, that is Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana. Now, these are migrant visas, as the article suggests. I'll just read it for you a little bit so we're properly informed, because we know, the pettiness doesn't start with this. The Trump administration has indefinitely suspended immigrant visas or immigrant visa processing for people from 75 countries, marking one of its most expansive efforts yet to restrict legal pathways to the United States. Now, the freeze, which takes effect on the 21st of January, targets applicants officials deem likely to become a public charge, people who they believe may rely on government benefits for basic needs. And according to a Wednesday State Department cable obtained by The Guardian, the sweeping list cuts across every major region of the world, spanning countries in Africa, Asia, Latin America, the Middle East, and Eastern Europe. And according to the cable, exceptions include dual nationals with a valid passport for a country not on the list, or if the applicant is able to demonstrate their travel would service an American first national interest. If a visa has already been approved, but the visa has not been printed, the consular officer must refuse the case. All right? So if you get approval and it's in printed, well, they have to refuse you. The 75 countries include Afghanistan, Albania, Algeria, Antigua and Barbuda, Armenia, Bahamas, Bangladesh, Barbados, Belarus, Belize, Bhutan, Brazil, Myanmar, Cambodia, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Colombia, the Ivory Coast, Cuba, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Dominica, Egypt, Ethiopia, Fiji, this is the summit, Ghana, Grenada, Guatemala, Haiti, Iran, Iraq, Jamaica, Kazakhstan, Kosovo, Kuwait, Lebanon, North Macedonia, just to name a few, Morocco, Nigeria, Pakistan, Russia, of course, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, also Thailand, Tanzania, Togo, Uruguay, Yemen, you know. It's a serious ban, it appears, for immigrant visas. So already people have taken to social media because, well, you know, the government, people have said, well, you know, thank you to the Prime Minister for the decisions made in terms of the Trump-Venezuela situation and, you know, avoiding Trinidad and Tobago from being put on this list. That has been, well, the pettiness start because the other side jump out to say, well, you know, this doesn't affect visitor visas and student visas. This only affects immigrant visas. Well, you know, that could be stage one. If you look at the way that Trump operates, that this could be stage one in, you know, visa processing, suspensions across the board. But this could just be stage one with the immigrant visas. Who's to say that maybe student visas or visiting visas will not be added or restricted in the months to come? Nobody could predict that. It might not. There is also a serious geopolitical issue that has been brewing. For those of you following what's taking place in Iran, U.S. President Donald Trump did signal the other day that, you know, help is on the way, and he's urging protesters to keep protesting in Iran. But, you know, the news stories are trying to say that, you know, we're on the brink of a possible World War III and things like that. But I don't think it's going to reach to a World War III because, you know, for all the talk that is talk, the man know what he's doing, eh? This whole situation, this geopolitical situation with Venezuela that created quite a stir. Like I kept telling people, if your conversation is this was about oil and America want Venezuela oil, then you're lazy, because that's a lazy approach to what was taking place. You have to go back to what took place with Iran first, right? Where Trump made the move, America made the move to take out Iran's nuclear assets, right? And in doing so, they have crippled Iran to a great extent, right? And the next move that he made was to go for Venezuela, right? Because Russia and China was really setting up in the backyard there. But more to that, Russia and China were also part of a group of nations that was pushing for BRICS, to become the dollar that would replace the US dollar as a global trading dollar. And America is not going to put up with that. Remember back in 1974, Saudi Arabia and America agreed that oil would be traded in US dollars, right? And through that, the US dollar became the global trading dollar. And this is where America has a lot of their power. I'm very sure that the Democrats know what the Trump administration is doing, but they can't give him credit for it, or they can't mention it to this extent. But if you read the play, you'll understand. From the time he won the election, you have to remember he made this play for Canada. He started to talk about Canada becoming the 51st state and that kind of thing, and people laugh, and they say, this man mad. And then he spoke about Greenland to a great extent. And they were saying, but this man crazy or something or what? But when you look at how the geopolitical game has been played out here, and I keep telling people, wars will not be fought with missiles and fighter jets, it's economic war. If I could cripple your economy, I take away your ability to fight a war, right? So we have to take into consideration that Iran, I think, has the second most oil reserves on the planet, Venezuela number 1. So he's crippled Iran, where China gets a significant percentage of their oil from. And, well, he kind of blocked that to a certain extent in terms of Iran and China with the oil. And then he made the move for Venezuela to remove Maduro and make a play to stop China and Russia and Iran from setting up shop in his backyard. And the whole BRICS issue, right? So now he controls the oil in Venezuela, the largest oil reserves on the planet. China was also purchasing about maybe 40 to 70% of the oil from Venezuela. So now that he's taken Venezuela and Iran, all you have to understand, this chess playing out here, right? Where's China going to get that resource from to keep the lights on and to even set up a military blockade? They can't do that, right? Because their resources are being stifled now in terms of, the channels that they were getting their oil from. Russia is the other one in the play, it appears, as usual. And I think that's why he's making a move for Greenland. And he said he can't afford for China or Russia to take Greenland. Because Greenland now is the next one on the map where he's going to block Russia. So he don't block Iran and Venezuela, now he's trying to block Russia, right? So once he's successful at doing that, they can't go to war. They won't be able to. So all this talk of you on the brink of a World War III and that kind of thing, I don't see it happen. The same way I sat here and I told you all, stay calm. It's going to be, you'll go to sleep one night, and by the time you wake up in the morning, America would have removed Maduro, and just so it happened, right? Amidst all the other voices trying to fearmonger and tell all, oh God, run for the hills. A missile go hit Trinidad and all kind of damn nonsense, right? So I don't think a war is going to take place here, but he really positioned himself where the US dollar keeps its power. Because if the US dollar, if America's standing up with the dollar in their hand so and nobody don't want it, America falls, right? So, and then you have to go back, this is a biblical thing playing out, You have to look, China is the dragon, Russia is the bear, and America is the eagle. So, you have to go to Revelations and read the Bible, man. You go understand what's going on, right? So, it have a whole geopolitical thing. And then Greenland too. Greenland, if you go on your research, Greenland has all these minerals as well that, I can't remember the name of the minerals but minerals that are used to create these devices, cell phones and things like that. They're very rich in that, you know what I mean? So it's while we're talking about special operation zones and things this morning and bail and wherever, there's an entire geopolitical chess game that's being played out. But I think it's more about the US keeping that power of the US dollar in play as the global trading dollar, right? So that BRICS doesn't enter the play at all. And I think he's made all the moves to block. Yeah, check. I don't think he's on the verge of checkmate just yet, but it's definitely a lot of power plays taking place. So and I'm bringing it back now to the Venezuela situation and CARICOM. You see, when you see the most powerful country in the world, with the most powerful army in the world, making a power play globally, you try and get in the lane. Unfortunately, a lot of those islands in CARICOM did not get in the right lane. And this is why their immigrant visa processing has been suspended indefinitely, because they fall into that trap. Trinidad and Tobago did not. So it's not about whether student visas or visitor visas and it's not affected at this point in time. It's about the power shift and the power play that is taking place globally. And thankfully, our Prime Minister read the play. Because drug trafficking was the narrative, oil is a lazy conversation. But if you look and you're really watching how the geopolitics playing out, that is where the play was. You understand? So, like I keep saying, and I was waiting for people to call in and kind of take the conversation in that direction, but nobody did, and I said, look, I ain't going to mention it at the time, but here we are, and the next move that he makes is going to be very interesting. If he decides to move on Iran. I don't think Iran has an answer for America. And we could sit down here and we could talk about, well, China and Russia and all of them go jump in the fray and it's going to be World War III. But I think he has, to a great extent, crippled China and Russia. There's a reason why I think he didn't really pursue to a great extent. He did kind of trying to end that war between Russia and Ukraine, but I think there's a reason why he hasn't really focused on that primarily, is because Russia is still occupied with that. And once they're occupied with that, they're not going to split the resources if it escalates to anything. So it's a hell of a thing when you could read the play and you're seeing it playing out. It's a very interesting time. You know what I mean? So we will see where these visa restrictions go in the future. But obviously Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana has not been affected by it, and might not be affected by any restrictions that may come in the future as well, because of the position they would have taken with the Venezuela situation, right? And should the Prime Minister be credited for that? Hell yes, right? Hell yes. So I'll tell you what, we got some birthdays that we will get to now. Let me see. I don't pull up the page here. I know I don't look smarter than the average bear, but sometimes I am, you know. Fellas, how long are telling all about that? Long time. Good morning, Stefan. Sending birthday greetings to Rory Kishore. He is a child that every parent would love to have. And of course, we wish him everything his heart desires, with good health, happiness, and long life. We love you more than words can say. From his wife, Cecilia, son, Aiden, and not forgetting his parents, Kishore and Monica. So happy birthday going out to Rory. Oh, be 9 past, boy. Sending happy 94th birthday wishes to Sunia Mohan, coming out from her husband, Munda Mohan. 9 children, 16 grandchildren, 9 great-grandchildren, 1 great-great-grandchild, sons-in-law, daughters-in-law, Indra and Soul. All right? Happy birthday to you. Also, we got to say Happy birthday going out to Roma. Roma celebrates her 55th birthday today. Happy birthday, Roma. Nice, enjoy it, have fun. Nice one. Also, we're gonna go down to the bottom of this one. Oh, there's a whole catalog, a whole album, oh gosh. Birthday greetings going out to Celia Sijagat Sugrim from San Carlos Road in Arima. She celebrates her 74th birthday on January 15, 2026. She is wife, mother, and grandmother. We want to wish her God's blessings, health, strength, and happiness in the future, and better mother and wife. It's how they just word these things, eh? All right, she's a better mother and wife that you could find anywhere else, and the best grandmother in the world. She's our rock in the family. With love from Boda, Cindy, Anil, Carissa, and your granddaughter, Sarafina. Who else we got here? Okay. Cheers to many more. Happy birthday going out to Avish. Happy birthday going out to Avish. All right? Avish, cheers to many more. Wishing him all the best on his special day today. Coming from his parents, Shane and Pavi, and his brother, Avishai, grandparents, Narayan and Chandra Ramsingh, and not forgetting all of his aunties, uncles, and cousins from Rio Claro, with lots of love. Do have a wonderful one. Avish, all right? Avish, happy birthday to you, bud. I have 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more, Lord. Also, happy birthday going out to Stefan. Stefan with a P-H-A-N. It is the only way to spell Stefan. Thank you. Happy 4th birthday going out to Stefan. He will celebrate his birthday actually on the 17th of January. Yeah? So they want us to air it on Friday, tomorrow, guys. So we'll put this one away and bring it back. But Stefan, happy birthday to you. And you'll get the full greeting come tomorrow. And Stefan driving a Hilux. All right, nice man. I wish I can afford no Hilux. I hope you're up to date with your insurance, buddy. Nice. Happy birthday to a gorgeous wife, Joan, and husband, Karmat. Wishing her all God's blessings. And we wanted to know how much she means to your family wants you to know how much you mean to them. So happy birthday going out to June. Also, happy birthday going out to Aya from a grandfather, grandmother, and aunties. Happy birthday to you, Aya. Also, good morning, Stefan. Sending birthday wishes to Sundri, who's celebrating her birthday today, Thursday, the 15th of January. A wife, mother, grandmother, and more. She goes above and beyond for everyone, letting her know that we love her very much, and we wish her continued great health, happiness, with lots of love coming on from the children, grandchildren, and family circle. Nice man. Sundri. Wait now. That chef wife? That Mrs. Chef, man. That Mrs. Chef, no, but oh gosh, that's the pillar of the family there, man. Yeah. Anyway, Sundri, happy birthday to you, darling. And finally, good morning, Stefan. We would like to wish Chandra Singh a happy 71st birthday. May your day be filled with divine blessings and eternal joy coming from your entire family. All right, so Chandra Singh, happy birthday to you. All right, so with that, yeah, man, we are, well, I am out for today. I done gone 14 minutes past my time. Yeah, because we had a long calling session there at the start of the second hour. Tomorrow is Friday. We have an entertainer coming in tomorrow, you know, fellas. Hashem the Dream. Yeah. You have a music video and thing. I just sent it to all you. Right? Just now, let me just get the man's name correct, eh? I just always mix up his name, you know. Right. Yeah, Hashim the Dream. Right? He was on the program, I think, last year. He'll be on tomorrow. New track, music video. Well, he has a visualizer, which is what a lot of artists using these days. So we will have a nice little chat with him, premiere his video. Chef has two of his past students coming in to make breakfast tomorrow. And we will, of course, talk with them as well, have a little conversation with them. So it's going to be an interesting Friday. And we will deal with this NLCB thing with Playway on Sunday and some other things that will pop up most definitely over the next 24 hours. So until tomorrow, people, have a great day. We are out. Goodbye.
Come experience the Classic Russo Grand Opening 2026 on Thursday, 15th January, City Hall, Knox Street, Port of Spain. Admission $200, 2 persons on 1 ticket for $300. And Friday, 16th January at Kaiso under the Royal Umbrella, corner Broom Street and Tragrit Road, opposite JMMB Bank. Admission $150. Both shows 8 p.m. with performances by All Rounder, Crazy, Contender, Manchild, Hamidullah, Lady Wonder, Shirlane, Brian London, Twiggy, Dr. Wilby, Charlene Bailey, Master G, Mark Eastman, Garth Sinclair, the youthful Kyle Cowie, Andre Nelson, Nefta Kojo, Jay Edwards, and many others. MC Shirlane Hendrickson, chorus by the Classic Russo Diamonds, music by Classic Russo Orchestra. Come, enjoy the Classic Russo experience. Get your tickets at Crosby St. James, Tuco Office, New City Mall, and at the box office on the day of the show. It's giveaways and more giveaways. It's Classic Russo for Classic Kaiso 2026.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
At Lashana's Palette Design, we turn simple wood into stunning professional palette furniture for any space. Cozy up your living room, elevate your bedroom, dine in style or relax outdoors, all with custom designs made just for you. Bring your vision to life with custom-built furniture that tells your story. Call or WhatsApp us today at 868-366-0800 and follow our social media to see the magic at Lashana's Palette Design.
Yo, this is the ladies DJ Dr. Ross here to come out and support QRC 3-car raffle. It's always been extended, so don't be lucky and brave and coward and all kind of thing. Come out, support QRC 3-car raffle. 1, 2, 3. 3 cars! Get it?
By public demand, the draw date for the 3-car raffle presented on behalf of Queens Royal College is now extended to Saturday, January 24th.
First prize is a luxurious, fully loaded Royal Ride Ford Ranger.
New draw date, Saturday, January 24th.
Tickets only $100.
All tickets already purchased remain valid, and additional tickets at $100 are still available at
IslandEtickets.com. Mott Liquor Palace, Dingle Mountain Main Road, Abana Supermarket, Sign Village Pinal, Uncle Beto Santa Cruz, Better Deal Supermarket, Cunupia and Aranguez, Khan's Liquor, Dingle Mountain Main Road, Ramsing Sports, Chaguanas and Cuba, Bobby's Bar Curette, Mirage Supermarket, San Pacific Grande, West B Supermarket, Diego Martin and Tacarigua, John Supermarket, Upper Bourne Road, St. James, Payless Hardware, Diego Martin Main Road, Don's Roti, Pitti Valley, Mirage Westside Arima, Western Pharmacy next to St. James Police,
Pies Restaurant and Lotto opposite TTT. The deadline for ticket purchase is Monday, 19th January. Get your tickets now.
Queens Royal College, 3-car raffle.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.